Hi, and welcome to Commander 99000's guide for power play and gaining merits with the factions. Primarily Aisling Duval, but this guide should work for the other factions. If you're looking for a comprehensive power play guide, this is not it. If you're looking for a guide on power play as far as like how to maximize your efficiency with power play, this is not it. This is solely to get the merits you need to gain the rating, to get your shields, or whatever other rating you're currently with trying to get as far as like with other factions. Um, Again, this is primarily for Aisling Duval, but it should work for the other factions as well. If you're looking for a comprehensive guide, though, this is not it. This is solely to gain merits via combat very quickly with Aisling Duval. So, all right. So first off, what we want to do is decide when we're going to actually go after our merits. Um, Basically, you're going to want to look to see when, how many weeks you need to be aligned before you need to go after your merits. In this particular case with Aisling Duval, we need to be aligned for a total of 4 weeks. And once we're aligned for 4 weeks, we'll be eligible to get the Prismatic Shields. So that means by the fourth week, we need to have our 750 merits. Um, so before the fourth week, basically week 3 is when we need to actually start farming for the merits and turn them in. Now, we need to turn them in before the cycle resets in the third week. So, to show you, basically go over here to the Navigations console, click on Galactic Powers. So you have the next cycle, 6 days remaining. Basically, every Thursday morning, the power play cycle will reset and update, and that's going to be it's going to update your rating based on how many merits you've earned in the previous week. Um, and it does this every Thursday morning. It's going to differ a little bit depending on your time zone, so just kind of be aware of that. But it's like every Thursday that rating gets updated based on the merits you've earned in the previous week. Um, Now, time pledged is a little bit different. So if we click on our person that we pledged to, go over here to the ratings tab, you have your stats time pledge. So you can see I've been pledged for 3 weeks and 3 days. Um, Rating 3 unlocks at 750 merits. So I have rating 3. I just need, because I just got that today, since it's Thursday, it just reset. So basically, a few days ago, I went, got my 750 merits, and now that's Thursday. I'm now rating 3, so now I just have to wait another couple days during this cycle, power play cycle, before I'll be time pledge will be at 4 weeks, and once it hits 4 weeks, I will be able to go ahead and get my prismatic shields. Now I'll have to do that before next Thursday. So between the time that it says 4 weeks and between next Thursday, I need to make sure I get my shields. Otherwise, if I don't get any more merits, my rating will go down next Thursday. I won't be able to get the shields anymore. Um, so the easiest way to do this, literally just go ahead, get pledge on Thursday. That way your rating will unlock at the same time that you get the week 4, right about. And that way they coincide. If you pledge on a different day, then just be aware that before you, in the week 3, sometime after the Thursday, while you're in week 3, make sure that you are gaining your merits before that Thursday. So basically, for example, if you pledge on a Sunday, then when you hit it would actually be week 2 and 5 days. So basically, that Thursday night, when you've hit 2 weeks and 5 days, you're going to go ahead start getting your merits, and then once you've gotten your merits, you can turn them in at any point during that week before Thursday, and then once you turn them in, you would be rating 3, and at that point, you just have to wait basically 2 days, Friday and Saturday, and then once Sunday hits, you'll be rank 4. Or not, you'll be rating 3, but you'll have time pledged at 4 weeks. So basically, you just want to make sure week 3 before the Thursday, as long as you have time pledged 3 weeks before that Thursday, get that merits. So easiest way, just pledge on Thursday. That way you don't even have to worry about it. But that, as far as timing goes, that's what you want to do. Just make sure once you hit week 3, before Thursday, you get your merits, turn them in, and then that way when Thursday hits, you'll get your rating, and then from there, once you have your rating, you just have to wait a couple days or however long, however, the remainder of that week to get time pledged to 4th week, and then once you hit 4th week, you'll have your rating 3, and you'll be at 4th week. You can then get your prismatic shields, and then you just have to go ahead and get your shields before the cycle resets. Otherwise, if you don't get your shields before the cycle resets, you'll basically have to go and get more merits, and then wait for the cycle to reset again. So that is pretty much it for as far as like the timing of it goes. So all right, so as far as picking which target you're going to actually go after, this is basically going to be how you pick the target you want to go after. So you're going to want to go over here to your navigation console, click on the galactic powers, and then what you're going to want to do is, first off, you're going to want to see what you're aligned to. So since you're Aisling Duval, you would click on the overview tab, and then under details for allegiance, you're currently, she is Empire. So that means you don't really want to, if you're wanting to go after combat, you're not wanting, then that means you don't want to target anyone from the Empire. You'll want to target other people, so people from the Federation or the other major factions. So just remember what major allegiance you're tied to, and then go back and click Galactic Power Standing. And since I am Empire, I'm going to want to target someone who's non-Empire. Since I'm doing combat undermining. Generally, if you're Empire, you want to pick someone Federation. If you're Federation, you want to pick someone Empire, but you don't have to. So, for example, if I want to target this guy, I would basically click on him, go to Control, click on his system, and it actually tells me what I need to do to undermine him. So, undermining task would be to destroy serious transports in his systems. To give you I personally pick Zachary Hudson, so basically just go to Zachary Hudson, click Control, click a system, and undermining task is take down federal logistic vessels, which are basically cargo ships in his systems. Basically just kind of go to the Control tab under each one, click on System, and look at what the undermining task is. And based on the undermining task, figure out who you most likely want to actually target, and that's going to be how you target them. You can target someone of your own. So, for example, I'm Empire, so I could target someone from the Empire. It's not recommended, And basically, if you do that, you don't really kill them. What you're doing is you're actually going to steal cargo from them. Um, I'd recommend, just for simplicity's sakes, just targeting any of the other factions that's not aligned to your faction. So if you're independent, you wouldn't target another independent. You would target Empire or Federation. Alliance, you would target Empire, Independent, or Federation, and so forth. Um, so just go ahead and make sure you target someone of the opposing major faction. One of the essentially you have Empire, Alliance, Federation, and Independence. So just make sure, depending on which major faction you're a part of, you don't target your own major faction. You target any of the other major factions. So personally, since we're Aisling Duval, personally I'm going after Zachary Hudson, but you could go after pretty much any of the other people as long as they're not Empire. So that's how you would figure out how you would actually target someone. And again, just go click here, click Control, tab, click on their system, and it'll tell you, or you don't even have to click on the system. It says right here how to undermine in the general. So basically, Control tab, and it says how to undermine. It tells you how to undermine, and just read that and figure out which one you want to undermine based on how to undermine. So that's how you would go ahead and pick your faction you want to undermine. So hopefully that's clear. Alright, so for part 3 is basically once you've picked the faction that you want to target, you're going to want to figure out what system you need to go to. So to figure out what system you need to go to, go over here to your navigation tab, click Galactic Powers, and there's a couple ways of doing this. The first way would be basically click on Galactic Power Standing. I decided I want to go after, say, Zachary Hudson. So click on Zachary Hudson, go over to the Control tab, and under System Alerts, you have all these systems listed. Basically, pick any system here and go to any of these systems. It's not going to matter which one. I would basically just kind of scroll down, figure out which one looks like it's the closest one, and pick that one. If so, for example, this one is about 14 light years away. Just go ahead and click on that one. You can see it's clicked, and then once you've clicked on it, click View on Map. And then once you click View on Map, you can see that you're taken there automatically. You just click on it, click Plot Route. That's basically it. So just kind of pick a random one, whichever one you want out of the list, click View on Map, and then it takes you to it automatically, and just plot a route. We're not interested in whatever this progress percentage is. We're not interested in any of the other components of power play. So if you're interested in that, basically find a different guide. This is basically just to find a system to go target, undermine, get your merits, and get your shields, or whatever you're trying to get your rating for, and that's it. So this isn't taking into consideration any other aspect of power play. So that's option number 1 for finding your system. That would probably be the easiest way in game. Option number 2, go to your galaxy map. On your galaxy map, basically up top, go ahead and go to the 4th tab from the left, and then click Power Play. And under Power Play, you're going to have Select Power. Click whichever power you want. In this case, Zachary Hudson. I want to target Zachary Hudson. And then under View Mode, make sure it says Control is selected. And that will basically populate all the systems under Zachary Hudson's control. And then basically just pick a random one from there and target it, and then just navigate to it. So that's option number 2 for doing that. Honestly, I would just use option number 1. That's probably a quicker way. But there you go. So, all right. So probably the best way, honestly, to pick the system would be once you figure out which of the factions or powers that you're going after, you'll want to basically go to this EDDB website, which I'll have a link in the description. And basically, you'll want to filter by using this website. This is probably the best way to find virtually anything in the game. It's not always up to date, but it's relatively up to date. So, and as far as finding stuff, it's honestly the best way to find stuff. So, basically, just head to this EDDB website. Um, Once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and start filling in our filters. So, for example, since I'm going to be targeting Zachary Hudson, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I want to have the powers is going to be Zachary Hudson. So under powers is basically where you're going to add whatever powers you want to target. So if you want to, you can actually put in multiple powers. I'm just going to use Zachary Hudson just for now. The other filter you want to do as well is actually filter by anarchy. Now, you don't have to. Just be aware that if it's an anarchy system and you kill any ships, you won't get a bounty. If it's not an anarchy system and you kill any ships, you'll get a bounty in that system. So, if you're looking to avoid getting any bounties, I'd recommend setting the government filter to anarchy. From there, have presence type be controlling, power effects be control. And the final piece of the puzzle is going to be what system you are currently in. So, reference system, I'm currently in Garros. Basically, just go ahead and type that in. And once you've kind of done that, click Find Systems. So you can see there's only one system here that meets all these requirements. Now, if I wanted to, for example, I could add Felicia Winters here, Find System, and now there's 2 systems. So, for example, if multiple systems picked up, I would just basically find whichever one was closest to go, okay, this is the closest one to me, so I'm going to go ahead and go to this system, so that I don't have to go another 50 light years, whatever. Basically, that's how you would use EDDB to find what you need to find. So basically, just kind of filter from there, put in whatever power you're trying to go after, or multiple powers you're trying to go after. I prefer anarchy. You don't have to pick anarchy. Just be aware if it's not an anarchy, you will get a bounty. If it's anarchy, you won't. For the government type, you won't get a bounty. So make sure it's set to controlling and control, and that's how you would find your system. So then you would just basically copy that and then paste that into your galaxy map and search for that in the game. So that's how you would find that in EDDB. And again, the link is in the description below. Alright, so now that we've gone ahead and figured out what system we want to go to, and we've also figured out who we're targeting and everything, from there you're going to want to go ahead and go to your galaxy map and plot your route if you haven't already. So basically just go here. If you went to EDDB, just go ahead and paste in the system name and go ahead and click play, little play icon, and then click plot route. So basically you'll plot your route, and you can see it's 111 light years, so I gotta make sure I have a fuel scoop on me while I'm going there. It's about 12 jumps away. Joys of having a very limited jump range. But yeah, just go ahead, make sure you set your route and head on out. So again, you don't have to pick an anarchy system. I personally pick an anarchy system because I prefer to not get a bounty when I'm shooting these people out of the sky. Um, but you do not have to pick an anarchy system. You can, if you want to, you can get a bounty and then just blow yourself up later or whatever. However you choose to take care of the bounty. So I will go ahead and pick this up once I reach there. Alright, so I've reached the target system now. So as you can see, when you actually look at it, you can see that it's controlled by Zachary Hudson. You can also see that the government state is set at anarchy. So the allegiance doesn't really matter, security doesn't really matter, as long as it's controlled by whatever target faction you're going after. That's really the most important thing. So all the rest of the stuff doesn't really matter. Just it needs to be controlled by whatever target you're going after. In our case, Zachary Hudson. And government, if you're not wanting a bounty, you're going to want government to be set to anarchy so that you don't get a bounty whenever you kill someone. Now, as far as the ship type we're going to be looking for, again, if you forget, basically just go to Galactic Powers over in your navigation console, go to Galactic Power Standing, go to the target faction you're wanting to go against, click Control tab up top, and it says how to undermine. To undermine, you would go, in this particular case, it's going to be Federal Logistic Vessels. So we're looking for anything that says Federal Logistic. There will be some ships over here. So basically we go over here to our Contacts tab. Now you see like System Authority. You can see like various type of ships over here. System Authority, not what we're looking for. Now these other ships, we haven't scanned them yet, so we don't know what they are. Now, in general, Federal Logistic means it's most likely going to be a cargo type ship. That doesn't mean it has to be cargo, or it doesn't mean it has to be standard cargo ship like Type 9 or Type 6 or anything like that. It could be a Cobra, could actually fall under it. Imperial Courier, Adder, like pretty much any of these ships could potentially be Federal Logistic, but they may not be. So you see this Federal Assault ship, that would not be it. Anaconda, probably not it, but it could be. So basically what you have to do is you have to just manually look at each one, or manually target each one, and while you're in Super Cruise, go ahead and scan it briefly, and it'll actually tell you. So you can see Anaconda, right underneath Anaconda, it popped up with Federal Agent. And then Dangerous and Lawless over in the bottom left-hand corner. So because it's a Federal Agent, which Federal Agent also popped up right below the ship on my main HUD too, where it's showing the distance he is away. So you can tell that he is not this type of system we're looking for. Federal Assault Ship, that is most likely a Federal Agent as well, so it is most likely not a logistic, but yep, so Federal Agent. So the highest chance of type of ship that we're going to find for Federal Logistic is most likely going to be cargo type ships. So this one isn't a Federal Agent or Federal Logistic. It's a Sharon Steeple, whatever that is. So basically, once you're in the system, you're literally just looking for that target ship type that was in the undermining thing. So in our case, federal logistic. It may be federal agent. It may be something else. Just that's what you're looking for is whatever that target type is that you saw in the undermining task. So that's a system authority vessel. So again, not what we want. And you're just wandering around in Super Cruise looking for these ships to appear. Which there was a bunch. Now there's not really any. Let's see. So just kind of fly around the system, and they'll slowly appear eventually. The other reason that it's good to pick an anarchy system as well is so when you get the bounty, if you're getting bounties on you while you're killing these ships, then you're generally not going to be able to land in that system. You're going to need to jump out to a different system and land at a station at a different system if you need to repair or anything like that. It's going to be too dangerous to land at the system where you're getting a bounty in. So if you're in an anarchy system where everyone's lawless, then you're actually not going to run into that problem. Since you don't get any bounties, you can easily... so we got some ships here. But yeah, so if you don't get any bounties, you can easily... Oh, we got a federal logistic, and it's in a wing of 2. So what you're going to want to do is get behind the ship and interdict it. Now, if you find a target that's in a wing, each ship in the wing will actually count towards the merit. So if in a wing of 2, I'll actually get 60 merits, 30 merits for each ship. So you can see here, I'm targeting the ship, and I'm destroying it. Now, it's not going to matter if you target a wing, then it's not going to matter what ship type, as far as like if it's a combat ship or a non-combat ship. Every ship in the wing, if the initial target was a federal logistic, then every ship in that wing will appear as federal logistic. So that ship, which was essentially an escort ship for the Orca that we just killed, that is a federal logistic ship, and as a result, if you look over here, we have 60 power play, which turned to 60 merits. So we got 30 for the Orca and 30 for the escort ship. So that is one of the definite benefits of finding wings, is you get 30 for every ship in the wing. And that's also why you want to scan every ship regardless of what you think it is, because it could be a combat ship, but it could be a combat ship that's escorting a cargo ship, in which case that combat ship will be still labeled as federal logistic. So when you're scanning this around, you just want to go ahead and make sure you scan every ship so that in case you do see a ship that gets is escorting, or maybe even the ship itself is a combat ship that's just doing cargo for whatever reason. Um, so just scan every single ship to see if it's a federal logistic or not. That's a system authority vessel, so not what we're looking for. But it's in a wing of 2. Federal dropship, probably not it. Nope. Arc Sanders, so again, not what we're looking for. Viper. Viper is a federal agent, so again, not what we're looking for. Anaconda, I think that's actually part of that one wing. Ooh, someone's interdicting me. Yeah, you can try to get interdicted to see if maybe whoever's interdicting you is federal logistic or not, but chances are they're probably not going to be, so probably best not to waste your time. Yep, system authority vessel. So you can see I haven't gotten a bounty on my head, though. I do have a dormant bounty from before, but I haven't gotten any new bounties when I killed anyone. So that's the definite benefit to being an anarchy system. Got a kneel back. So that may be cargo ship. Nope. Let's mark Powley. Let's see. But yeah, as far as being an anarchy system, that is a definite good thing, is to be able to land in the system and not have to worry about bounties. So, but it's up to you if you wanted to find an anarchy system or not. Utopian Overseer, not what we're looking for. Cobra. Let's take a look at the Cobra. See if it's part of a wing escorting a... Nope, federal agent. Wing of 3 of federal agents. Oh, we have a federal logistic, so... You can see a Cobra, it's a federal logistic, so we want to interdict it. Kind of surprising it's not in a wing, but yeah, potentially combat ships could be, well, normal combat ships could be cargo, carrying cargo for whatever reason, and be labeled federal logistic as a result. So basically, just make sure you scan every single ship. So I targeted the federal logistic. Or I targeted the Cobra. So once I kill him, I'll get another 30 credits. Or 30 merits. At which point I'll have 90. So if I go over here to navigate transactions, you can see I now have 90 power play. And that's basically all you really need to do. You just need to know what type of ship you're going after, whether it's federal logistic, federal agent, whatever type of ship it says to undermine against that target. When you reach that target system, that's going to be what you're looking for every time you scan the ship. So you're found Neil back, so that could be it. But yeah, so you're basically just scanning every single ship, seeing if it matches the description of federal logistic or federal agent or whatever it is you're trying to undermine. And you are targeting them and then interdicting them, and once they're interdicted, destroying them. There's other ways to undermine if you're targeting one of your own faction, which I wouldn't recommend. So if you're Empire targeting someone from the Empire, you could do steal their cargo instead of killing them. That's probably more complex. I would just honestly just find an opposing faction instead and just interdict them. So just interdict them in Super Cruise and then kill them and turn it on. As the quick and easy way. And I just totally rammed up. But yeah, that is the quick and easy way of getting merits. And surprisingly, it's actually, depending on how good you are at combat, it's actually fairly quick to get your merits. I mean, you can see you get 30 merits per kill. So if you get a wing and you manage to kill the entire wing, that's 30 credits per ship in the wing. So if you find a wing of 3 and you're able to take on a wing of 3, definitely a great way of doing that. But that's pretty much it for getting the merits. And then once you've gotten the merits, just make sure you turn them in at a controlling system, which I'll show you here in a minute. So again, just really quick, once you're in the system, find the go to your contacts tab, start looking at targets, targeting them, and then once you find them, or once you target a target, go ahead and scan it. And once you've scanned it, if it says, in the bottom left under the ship type, for example, hauler, it says Federal Logistic. If you scan it and it says Federal Logistic or whatever the ship type is you're looking for, from there you'll want to go ahead and interdict it and destroy it. So I found a wing of 2, Federal Logistic, and again, it could also appear as on your in your main HUD. It can also appear as someone's interdicting me. But it can also appear on your main HUD as Federal Logistic as well. So both the ship, while you're targeting it, it'll say Federal Logistic or whatever the ship type is, and under the ship type in the bottom left, it'll say hauler, and then, or whatever it is, and then it'll say Federal Logistic or Federal Agent or whatever, and you just want to look at that. So convoy dispersal pattern. So I see here this target, and I want to interdict him. So I'm interdicting. So you can see on my main HUD it says Federal Logistics as I'm targeting him. And also in the bottom left it also says Federal Logistics. And again, if you're targeting some other type or some other faction, it could be, just make sure you figure that out from the undermining goal that I showed you earlier. logistics in the bottom left corner or on your main screen. That'll be how you can tell. And then just use your contacts tab to actually find all the ships, or see what ships are appearing on your radar. But you'll have to go and manually align yourself with them and scan them to see what they are. So, all right, from here, let's go on, and we're gonna go back to a controlling system. So you can see I got fairly quickly. I got an 180 power play. So basically, you just keep going at this point. Just keep going till you get your 750. But I've already got 750, so I'll just head back. So, all right. So to turn in your merits, once you've gotten the 750 that you need, from there, go ahead and go to your navigation console. Click Galactic Powers. Click Aisling Duval. Click Control, and then basically you're gonna just want to filter by, or just basically look through all the system alerts to see which system is closest. So you can see like 120, 100, 138. Here's one that's 105. Nope, here's one that's 95. So just kind of quickly skim through, figure out which one's closest or which one you want to go to. So this one seems to be fairly close. Where was it? So basically you would just go ahead and you can see that it's pretty close, so just go ahead and click on View on Map and plot a route to it. And then from there you can start jumping. You can also use EDDB to actually find it as well. Just kind of use the same filters that you use when you were finding your target faction you were going against. Just make sure you take off Anarchy, because it doesn't really matter if it's an Anarchy system or not. So you just need to find a controlling system for your faction. So replace, make sure you put the reference system as your current system that you're in. Make sure you put the powers as whatever your power is that you're trying to go to. So your aligned power, in this case, Aisling Duval, and then take off Anarchy so that you can find the nearest one and just do a search and look for the closest one if you're using EDDB. So that's pretty much how you would find your controlling system, which that one's not actually overall difficult to find a system that's under your control, but there you go. Alright, so once you've gotten to your system that is controlled by your whatever faction you decide to pick, in this case Aisling Duval, then what you're gonna want to do is, so you can see I've got over here, I have 180 power play that I earned just by killing a few ships over in that other system. So basically what you're going to want to do is go click Starport Services, Contacts, Power Contact, and then all this other stuff you can pretty much just ignore, and just click on Redeem All Applicable Vouchers. So you can see my latest contribution is 180. Total merits is now 555. I had 750 last week, which allowed me to get rank 3 early this morning. So I'm now rank 3. I actually didn't need to do this. I'm just doing this for the video. So now this week I'm at 555 merits. So if I kept earning more, I could sit there and go up and up and up, and then eventually get to rank 4, rank 5 next Thursday, or I could just leave it as it is, and then I'll just be rank 2 next week. So, um, and I gained a little bit of credit, not a whole lot. So let me claim my salary too for being part of Duval. But yeah, so basically that's pretty much it. Just go ahead, turn it in before Thursday, and as long as you're at 750 or higher, um, for the amount of power play or merits that you've earned, then it'll show up here. So you can just go here, go to ratings, and then you can see I've earned 180 this week. 375 were carried over from last week when I got 750 because it halves. So basically, right now I'm in week 3. The power play has just reset this morning, a few hours ago. So I have a whole week before um, the power play resets again, and I have 4 days before I'll be at week 4. So basically, in 4 days, I will be at week 4, and I'll be able to access the prismatic shields, and then I'll have 3 days after that before the power play resets to actually get my prismatic shields and get them across. Get like 5, 6, 7 of them or whatever, however many I want, and store them, and then I can go ahead and leave the power, or continue with the power. I'll probably leave the power. So, but that's pretty much it. So there's your basic guide for getting prismatic shields or whatever rating that you want to get for the other factions. But again, this is not a comprehensive power play guide. This is solely so that you can get your rating to get prismatic shields or whatever the other factions offer that you choose to get. So I don't even know what the other ones offer. Yeah, like this one gives you a frag cannon or whatever. So, but that's pretty much it. So hopefully you found this guide helpful, and thanks for watching.